Welcome back everyone to Catherine's Plates, where today we are going to make busy day soup. This is great for the holidays. If you're really running around the place, you can come home, put this one together really quick. On those cold winter days, you can make this soup also. I'm going to tell you how it is a busy day soup. We're not doing any chopping of any sort for any vegetables, all right? We've got stuff that's just going to go right in here, and then I got a secret ingredient that's going to go in and give it lots of flavor without doing any chopping. All right, you guys, we're going to start off in a big soup pot or your Dutch oven. Now, I've got 1 pound of ground beef in the Dutch oven here that we're going to start browning up. This is going to be a very delicious soup. I'm super excited about it. Now, if you want to split the ground beef with like half of a thing of ground sausage, you can do that. Or if you want to put in ground turkey, you can do that also. It'll be really good. All right, let's come back when that's all browned up. Now, this soup is going to have a rich and savory broth, tender noodles, and it's also going to have delicious vegetables in here, the secret ingredient, and some flavors. It's going to be delicious. When you come home late at night and you need something, cook this one up. I feel like this is a really cheap soup also. So if you're trying to save money during the holidays, make this soup. All right, now that we got it all browned up, I'm going to drain out any excess grease. All right, now what I'm going to do is push the meat off to the side. It's already been pre-cooked. And what I like to do is take some paper towels, place it in to the bottom of the soup pot here, and just push it in to the meat, get all that excess liquid out. You just keep doing that until you get everything out that you like. Or you can use whatever method you prefer to draining out any excess grease. Here's our secret ingredient, Lipton onion soup mix. It's going to give us that onion flavor and little bits of onion in our soup where we're not chopping up an onion. So what we're going to do is put this in, and then we're going to season with some garlic powder, onion powder, and then start layering this up. All right, we're going to add in some garlic powder for some additional flavor. Put it on in there, about half a teaspoon, whatever you like. Now to enhance the onion, I'm going to add in some more onion powder. All right, let's crack in some black pepper. I'm not going to put any salt in until we get midway through the soup to see if we need any. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is open up 1 can of diced tomatoes. This is a 14-ounce can. We need something to get those flavors locked into that ground beef. So we're going to start off with the tomato here, juice and all. All right, we're going to mix this all together. Start infusing the flavors. Now we're going to start adding the broth. I'm going to be using 4 cups of vegetable broth and 2 cups of beef broth, as long as you have 6 cups of liquid in your pot. I love the vegetable broth. Adds such a flavor to this dish. Now the vegetable broth adds such a richness to the dish. But if you want to just use 6 cups of the beef broth, you can do that also. 1, 2, 3, that's about half the box right there. Perfect. You're going to need the liquid. All right, now what we want to do, bring this to a boil over high heat. Now the one thing I want to do before it comes to a boil is check the levels of our seasoning. See if you need to add anything, because we haven't added any salt yet. And if you're using a broth that has no sodium in it or low sodium, you might want to check your salt content. That's delicious. That is so warm. It's comforting. Oh my gosh. You're gonna eat this and it's gonna warm you from your head down to your toes. All right, I know you're gonna ask me, where are the vegetables? And then where is the pasta? That's what we're gonna be using. Now it is a busy day soup, so we're gonna make this real simple. I've got 1 can of peas and carrots, 1 can of whole green beans, and 1 can of whole kernel corn. That's what I like in my soup. Now I already drained these cans. Now you can use any type of vegetable that you want. If you want to use the frozen, you can do those also. If you like the veg-all, you can do that also. I'm not a big fan because it has butter beans in them, and I'm not a fan, and neither is Thomas. All right, we got a boil going on here, so what we're gonna do is add in the 3 cans of drained vegetables. The beans. We want these to absorb the flavors of the soup, give it nice flavor. All right, let's stir this up. Looks so good in there. Now, I'm gonna be putting 8 ounces of uncooked pasta into our soup. I'm using penne, and it's just a whole grain pasta to keep it nice and healthy. So everything else is in there. So that's about half a box of 1 pound of pasta. So I'm going to estimate here. That looks good. Now, very important. If you're using the boxes of broth, have on hand what's left. That way we can keep an eye on the liquid level of our soup, because the pasta will absorb the liquid and it'll start getting thicker. So keep that on hand, and that way if you need to add more as the soup is happening, go ahead and do that. Now if you don't want to lose a lot of liquid in your soup, you can place a lid on with a little gap right here, or you can just leave it off and a lot of that broth will kind of go away with the steam. Now we're going to turn this down to a medium high, to a medium, so we can let this simmer. We're going to cook this per the directions on the back of your pasta box to make sure those pastas are nice and tender and cooked through. Generally it takes about 9 to 10 minutes, but keep an eye on it around the 8-minute mark. Like I said, it depends on the type of noodle you're using too. If you're using egg noodles, it might cook a little faster. So just keep an eye on it. Give your pasta a taste. We'll be back once this is done. Oh, it smells rich. It smells savory. Oh, it smells like I need a bowl and a spoon right now. The tomatoes in there give it that richness too. There's our busy day soup. Let me bowl it up so I can give that a try for you. Look at that broth. Woo. All right, I'm going to grab a big spoon of this. Get that broth in there. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Here's my bite. Mmm, 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 mmm. Mm. That broth is rich, it's flavorful, savory. Oh my goodness, that is good. The pasta is nice and tender. The vegetables pick up all those flavors. Now I did add an additional cup of broth to that, make it more a little soupy at the end, because that pasta tends to absorb it all and make it like a stew, or maybe just a one-pot meal. All right, you guys, let me know what you think of my busy day soup. It is a version of a hamburger vegetable soup, and it's delicious. And that had that secret ingredient in there. Tell me what you think of that, because we didn't chop anything today. All right, you guys, thumbs up on this one. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when my shows are posted. All right, you guys, I'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye.